First, more hidden culinary delights revealed in style by Hudson and Halls.
Hello everybody here, everybody at home, welcome.
And hello to everybody at home.
We're going to do for you something special. If you've got a wonderful special dinner coming up or something like that, we're going to do for you the most brilliant dessert, and it's a chocolate nut meringue cake.
It's very true, it's delicious, and we have today a most sparkling guest. If you know how to push a button, you know this lady, Marti Caine. I got off for a ride.
Oops! You have to excuse me.
I never get to ride on that.
Out. I always do that. Anyway, meringue is really quite easy to do. But still,
tell you the truth later.
One of the things is you're just making a simple meringue mixture with lots of nuts in it. As we say, it is rather expensive, but it does feed 8 to 10 people very easily, unless you're guts like someone like our director who would eat the whole thing. However, what we did is we put this, you can do it either way. We've got a non-stick pan here, and we've got also a case made with the foil. And we heavily butter both, because you don't want these meringues to stick because there's a lot of sugar. Then just dredge it quite liberally with some corn flour, and this prevents it sticking when you take it out of the oven. And then what we need for that, as I said, is Peter, can you show them what you've done with your nuts?
Yes, I'm going to now. Now, what we've done, we've got 250 grams of blanched almonds and 150 grams, I beg your pardon, of hazelnuts. Now, I've just toasted these off in the oven to make them slightly more nutty. That sounds silly, but it does burst the oils out. And all I'm going to do here, with the hazelnuts, they've still got the skins on. These are red hot, believe you me, this is not acting. Tip them into a tea towel and just get them a nice rough tea towel. If you rub them around like this, if this doesn't work, please. If you keep rubbing them together, if you can see that on the camera there, they're starting to come and peel. So you just rub them together and then slowly pick the whole lot out. Anyhow, I won't waste time because you've got a lot to do. I've already pre-done some. Just to show that it's authentic, you see.
Yes. Now you just toast these the same.
Sometimes they don't believe you.
This is the almonds and the hazelnuts. Now, if you wanted to be really lavish, you could use all your nuts can be made from hazels. You know, hazelnuts, I mean, because then you get a much stronger taste. Then to that we add 1½ cups of caster sugar. Now, the reason we add caster sugar is the fact that it is better when you're cooking anything like this rather than just ordinary granular sugar. Turn that on. Doesn't take that long, actually.
This does.
Right. And then you're coming down to this here, which, as you can see, it's all gone ground really beautifully. Now, what you do now...
Are you by any chance?
No, not at all.
Oh, good.
What you do is you take about 1/4 of this mixture of the ground nuts and sugar out and keep it to one side, because you're going to use this again for later on to put into the cream.
Now, what I've been doing while David's been talking about that, I separated 8 eggs. I've kept the yolks here because you can use those for hollandaise or to make a homemade mayonnaise. And I'm beating these till they're stiff, as David said. We're making a meringue. Now, 2 hints here. If I'm using a plastic bowl here, if you cut half a lemon and rub the cut side round a bowl, the acidity of the lemon helps the egg whites beat more quickly. That's why you see a lot of people use copper bowls, because of the acidity. So just beat these till they're like that, forming soft peaks.
Oh, how wonderful, soft peaks. Thank you, that'd be enough. Come on.
I rather like doing it now. I'm exhausted.
Been moaning about it all day. Now, you tip in all the sugar and the nuts straight into there like that. Right. Make sure you get it all in. And then just mix this all together with a spatula or a metal spoon until you've mixed it up so that it really gets nice and well melded together. Do it as quickly as you can, and then when you've got it mixed, you put that half and half into your prepared cases. It doesn't take that long, as you can see. Now put half into one case here. This will take a little while, but we want to do it, and we want to stress very carefully about this, because I say it is expensive, so we don't want you, when you're doing it at home, to muck it up.
But it is relatively easy, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Well, that's easy.
Well, we can
Dollop this
do it,
in
so it
there.
must
Anybody
be.
can do it. I can say it very Anybody can do
I
it.
mean, they're all cooks out there. Look, the
Now,
whole lot
just
of
spread.
lot at
Are
home.
they? Taking notes, are they? You're taking notes?
No, they are at home. I've just seen the
spread
lady
this.
at home.
Oh, did you? I did too. She's writing it down. She's saying, oh, look at all that mixture
Get
going
on.
there. I wouldn't do mine like that, she keeps saying. Now, just spread it over like that. And what you do is you bake them in the oven, as naturally, and it takes a little while,
I know,
and you
maybe you
leave
can
them
bake it in
until
the
they go
fridge.
dark. Well, you'd hardly do that either,
Well,
would
I
you?
can,
Not bad.
according to all the
Very
rest of the
lovely.
series.
Actually, I'd eat it like that, to be honest. Now, you preheat the oven, which nobody did for me, to 200 degrees Celsius, and you put them in there, and they bake in there for about 30 to 35 minutes until they go really lovely golden brown, and take them out and cool them. And that's all you really do. It's quite
Well, as
simple.
we're talking fitness, dance and health, we'd like you to welcome our guest for today, Marti Caine.
Press the button!
Hi, we won't give you. Hi, welcome.
So lovely and smooth.
You are, I mean, there's a lovely pressure. Just press that myself,
How
freshly.
nice. Cheers.
You see, we're cooking
Make it look
something
like
that's
four of
fitness,
us.
fitness and health and dancing. Two things. When I finish here, I'm coming to your school. But I
Right.
think my dancing would break your heart. Elephants do better than I do.
As long as it's not your leg, dear.
I broke that last year.
Did you?
Yes, I'm a bit careless actually when
Yes,
you get
me
older.
too.
Are you?
Yes, yes.
Because you've got dangerous nails and things. But you know that face looks the same. It said in the thing, new faces. But you've had that face for ages, haven't you?
Well, yeah. Quite
It
a
would
while.
be one of the most famous
The
faces.
nose is
in England.
reasonably new, you know.
Is it? And what do you like at cooking, Marty?
Terrible. I'm dreadful. Dreadful.
I
My
thought
kids
you wrote a
demand-
book.
No, I didn't. Who told you
Well,
I
I
wrote
did
a
it.
book?
We've done this from your book.
Good
It's on
heavens.
page 11.
There weren't 11 pages in it if I did it.
Oh,
I'm
perhaps it's a
terrible at
different
cooking.
name.
My kids demand to know what's for dinner so that they can work on an antidote. It's true. Terrible.
Well, you can't.
Well, how do you go when you cook for people then at home?
Listen, I once
Excuse
had a
me,
dinner
pardon
party.
me.
This is true, this, yes. I once had a dinner party, and it was in the days when I used to wear false nails. Spaghetti bolognese, 2 vanished. I poked about in this mince for about 20 minutes looking for this false nail. Forget it, couldn't find it anywhere, so I had to confess in the end. And I said to my friend, I said, listen, if somebody gooses you from the inside, it's me. Terrible, terrible. Anyway, there I am. Oh, doesn't that look wonderful?
Lovely.
Dear, dear.
I'm so glad you came on time to help me. What we've done here, we're explaining to the audience, this is what David was doing originally, this is the end result of these.
Yes.
So what I have to do is very carefully get these off. Now, we've found sometimes these can break because they are fairly fragile. Oh, I'm sorry, I mustn't get that all over you, it doesn't matter, but what's that for? What are you doing?
Well, I'll just take it away from you.
Get it out the way. Just slide.
Oh, we are making meringues today.
Yes, keep them occupied, would you? Just slide these off very carefully. Now, you see, that has broken. Oh, gosh, it has broken, hasn't it?
Well, there we are.
Just, shh.
Everything
Just
fits
get
together.
this onto thing, because when we actually come to stack all this up, the creams and things we're putting between them will hold it. So you do
Any
that one, because
excuse
just
when you
cut
make
that
a
in
muck
half
up.
like that.
Oh, look, cutting in stereo. Duo. Oh, they're
How do
clever,
you
aren't
hold
they?
your mouth? Oh, yes, you do the same thing. There we are. Oh, you've done that
There we are.
beautifully. And
Isn't
we'll
that
just
wonderful?
separate. That's it. And we'll just separate like. So
Yes.
we're starting here with this dessert with the two cut into halves lengthwise like this because we're making a long gâteau.
Right. Now, Marty, perhaps you'd like to help me.
You're very
Yes, I
good on
would,
chocolate,
yes.
aren't you?
No,
That's
do
in
you
your
like
book,
chocolate?
chocolate
I
book.
love chocolate, yes.
Right, we're trying not to get it all over you. I wouldn't like to spoil that. Lovely.
And try not to
I'll
eat
take
it
you
all.
There again, you'll have to marry me. Did you see that?
All right. Now, what we did is we melted 250 grams of dark chocolate, cooking
How much is
chocolate.
that in English?
That's about a quarter of a pound. Right?
Quarter of
Just
a
over a
pound.
quarter of a pound. And you just melt that over hot water.
Yes.
Now, what we want to do now, I've given you there, or you've just picked up, I was going to give it to you. Move over, dear. Thank you. I've got there 125 grams, right, which is just over 2 ounces, nearly 3 ounces. Oh, a bit more than that, actually. It's about 5 ounces. And we want to put that, and now it's unsalted butter. In it goes there. And this is going to start to make the lovely chocolate filling for this meringue, nut meringue. Now, when you've actually put all this butter in, and I've stressed this, you must use unsalted butter. Don't use salted butter because the taste is absolutely abysmal and it'd be a waste of all this wonderful effort. Now, you can see that starts to go claggy. Well, go on, you can speak. You dumb, struck dumb. You know, the audience struck dumb.
Just a bit.
Well, you can't taste much yet. It's not ready.
Nice.
Butter.
Why do you say that was such a surprise? Of course it's nice.
I mean,
we bought the chocolate.
To make the chocolate. Now, all you do is stir that round. When that butter is melted, you take that off the pan like that. You keep stirring it, and then when it's completely melted, what you do is you have to leave that chocolate mixture to cool down. When it's cold enough so you can dip your finger in and you can't feel any warmth then, you add 1 cup of cream, which is stiffly beat, and then fold it into it. So what I'm going to do with that is put that in the fridge to cool down for later on.
And when you say stiffly beat, you mean like that?
Yeah. Like what?
It does not. You want to do the egg whites.
Right.
That's stiffly beaten.
I'll have to rinse that out. But there is a cream with it, which has had the butter in it, cooled down, and then had the cup of whipped cream put into it. And it's quite a soft consistency. It doesn't have to go back in the fridge at this stage. Lovely. I love that.
Now, what I've been doing while those two are doing that magic thing, I've got all the nice work here. I've got 3/4 of a cup of cream, which I've just put about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla essence, no sugar at all, because I think it's rich enough as it is. And I've beaten that to stick. Marty, may I have those nuts, please? Thank you.
Nuts.
This is the 1/4 cup. That's more than a 1/4 cup. She's gone mad. Well, sugar sends are funny, obviously. This is meant to be 1/4 of a cup of nuts, but I think that's too much. So about, by the look of it, about 2 tablespoons of the same nuts we've used in that cake there. Just stir these through, and because it's not quite rich enough yet, you see. Right, we get to the chocolate bit. So we've got, that's the cream and the nuts, David's done the chocolate, and the meringue has been made with the nuts. So that's that bit of it. This is a nutty program, isn't it?
This is the bit that I don't like.
What?
We've got to put it all together. Right.
Right, now have you got a plate to put this on?
Yep. Now bring that up.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Everything over the shop. I love all that
I
bit.
want to put it on there, if you don't mind, you two. Can you pick that up again? We need the paper.
The one without the footmark.
Lovely. All
The other
very
bits are the dirty
hygienic.
bits.
Let's not eat it when we finish it.
Now, what are you doing? Now, just quite seriously, as this one is quite badly broken, pick out for the bottom one that's not too bad. So we'll just...
Oh, now, you see, I'd have done that the other way around. I'd have put the best one on top.
Oh, no, because it doesn't matter. You'll see at the end. So it doesn't really matter because the whole thing goes soggy anyway, so it doesn't really...
Now
really
then,
terrifically.
we just spread some of this chocolate cream.
Have a go.
Thank you.
Now, go on. Oh, don't do too much. I've got to have something around the edge. Now, you see, if you'd let me do it... Now, dump that on there.
Dictatorial, see?
Right, now you can spread it then. If you want to get in the act, do it.
Oh,
Up to the edges.
No, you're holding the tongue the wrong way. Right up to there.
Oh, look at a bit over the edge. It doesn't matter, that'll do later. Don't worry about that.
You said about chocolate everywhere?
Right.
Right, now another layer on top.
What about the funny layer, Pete?
There's the one here.
Oh, good.
They're all funny. It's also essential to you don't press this cake down.
Right, now we want all the cream.
Oh, there you are, you can do that.
Now that was just 3/4 cup of cream
Cream and nuts,
with the nuts and a little bit of vanilla. Yeah, all of that goes on.
All that goes on, my word.
Yeah.
Terribly slimming.
That's what I said, you see, right at the very beginning of the programme, we actually said it will feed 8 to 10
See, she
people.
likes this. She said, cook that, will you? Because they'll all come to my fitness club later on. That's a little bit to the edge there, then another. I'll put this now. This is not so good a one.
Now, bring that up if you can.
Oh, yes.
I've got to do that with... I've got to do something else. Sorry about that. Ready? Move your hands.
Oh,
So if you use a... See, now that's broken, but it doesn't matter. You just, with your mortar there that you've made, you see, you just put that... You're not supposed to eat, it's meant to go on that end bit there.
Up this end, here, look, move it up a bit.
Don't put it back! See what you meant about cooking.
Use your chocolate one.
All right.
This one. Right.
You slap it on.
All right, I'll slap it on. You
So
slap
as
it
we're
on
saying, the
you do
essential
it.
thing is don't press this down because we want this to come up quite high and it's quite revolting, as you can see. It is actually
Oh, well, I've got to go around
delicious.
the edges later.
Oh.
They all watch us build sandcastles. Little girl there's fascinated.
Look at this, you see, I look like an
Right, here we
expert.
go.
Look at that.
I know, the way you shuffle it
Here,
backwards and forwards.
bit there. Never
Over
mind
to
all
the
this.
edge.
Which you've done nothing but cover me in chocolate.
Right, last bit.
Right, here comes
Oh,
the final
dear, look
bit.
at that.
Get out of the way. I'm sorry, madam, I do
I love it when they
apologise.
do that. Don't pinch
There we
it.
are, that's it.
Right.
Give it a little tap, like as you say, setting bricks, yes, beautifully done.
I named this ship. It's one of them.
I don't know whether we've got enough now, the way you spread it all in the middle.
Here,
Turn it
your
round
spoon.
for me.
I'll turn, you spread.
Right. All right.
I better spread as well, excuse
This
me.
is filling the cracks in. Shall I spread as well? I better leave you
Yes.
alone.
Yeah, I think at this
Just
stage it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yes,
What,
come
to
on,
leave it alone?
pitch in.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, go on if you want to then.
Mind your
Everybody
blouse.
feels the thing. It's like being on the building site, as you
Isn't it?
say, isn't it, eh?
Quick,
Look at this,
quick,
look,
that bit.
plaster it up.
That's a bit more.
Watch, it works, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Never
yeah,
done
you
this
see?
before, actually. It's the first time I've ever done it.
Now, there's
Got
a
any
lot
more?
Yes,
down
a bit.
here.
Yes,
Not
a bit
bad.
Fill it
down
where the
there.
holes were.
Right. Well, we'll only show them the sides that look good.
All right.
Well, they can't see at the back, so why worry? Right. Got
But
that
quite
on there?
seriously, so
Yeah.
we're doing this. That's again with that chocolate nut mixture.
Right, dear.
Oh, I haven't got much left to go, dear. Here you are.
Just a bit.
Oh, I want that back
Yeah.
again, don't I?
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
Oh.
How's that look,
Oh, it's
then?
dirty.
Not bad?
Looks wonderful.
Oh, it's a bit down here. Sorry about this, folks, but I mean, it does take a while.
I'll get that away so it looks
Right.
tidy.
Now, where's the other bits then? Where's all
Coming,
the other
coming.
stuff?
Now, here we've got chocolate flake or chocolate hail or whatever you like. Just tip this. This way we're doing this on paper. Just tip this round here. Like, sorry, excuse me, Marty, for a moment. Oh, she's getting ready.
Flick up from the front, Marty.
she's-
You go around that side and flick
There you
up
are.
from the front, and I'll
Beg
flick
your
up from the back. Flick it up from the front.
Right.
Right, go on.
There we are. Now, this is just, we're doing this in the traditional manner. It's fun, isn't it, like being at sandcastles?
Great, isn't it fun? This, look, it all sticks as well.
know.
And you could actually sort of...
Flick it up like that. Oh, you've done it exceptionally.
She's done it
Oh,
beautifully.
give her a hand.
Oh, yes, she
She's
has,
50
really, she
Look,
has.
She's done it beautifully.
Your size better than ours.
Right. Now, here comes the next tricky bit.
You help him, I wouldn't
Right.
dare.
Right, now, we've
You
got to
want
try
two?
and get this. Please, everybody keep their fingers crossed. Cross them now, go on.
Get on.
And cross your legs as well, because we're going to need it this time. Right, now 1, 2, 3.
Did it.
Well done.
Lovely. I think the plate could have been better. Now, just to show you that has actually cracked, but as we said, now we're going to finish it off, so don't panic. If it cracks, just put it all together, and
What
the
about
wetness
hands,
of
then?
that ingredient. Now, what we did to again finish
Oh,
this
right.
off,
She loves cleanup. She can't cook, but she's a good cleaner.
we cut some chevrons out, because I used to be in the army before I became a major general when I retired, and you started off as a lieutenant, went up. So we've cut these. Now, we've cut these bigger than required, because you'll see after you want to lift these off, we want to leave as much space as possible. Looks like a prison cake, doesn't it, actually?
Oh, yeah. Finger spaces.
So you've cut
Yes.
this a little bit bigger so that you can take them off.
Yes, like this, you'll see. Now, what we're going to do with this, as I say, this is icing sugar. Just now, liberally on the top, get this icing sugar well over that, so it really is coated thickly. And then she's gone away.
Marty?
And then just carefully lift these straight up. That's why I've made them bigger than. See, and then the idea is to leave the top of the cake grinning so you get these little... Don't anybody cough in the audience or breathe. That's it. Otherwise you've wrecked the whole dish. See, and
Now,
then you
just to
come
tidy
up
up the
with
plate.
that pattern, which is actually...
I want to
You can do that at home.
I want to tell you another thing with this too. You know when you make mousses at home with gelatin in?
Marty, oh, the fan's on.
You know when you make mousses at home and they've got gelatin in, right? And you always want to turn them out, so you dip them in hot water, then you try and get them on the plate and it won't come out. And you have to dip them in hot water again and turn them on the plate. Well, all you do is you put your mousse in that metal container, like it's a salmon shape or something like that, put it onto your plate, then with the hot hairdryer, just run it over the top and then just check to see if it will come off. And when it's done enough, you can just lift it off and you've got a perfectly easy get-outable mousse by using a hairdryer.
I thought that was a very good drink.
Right, another little clear up.
I'll do this, mine. I'll do that.
Another little tip, because
What
we
about
want to
your
show you.
apricot one?
I know. We just want to show you an alternative. Now, if
going
you
to
don't
love
want
us
to
here,
make,
though.
if you don't want to make the chocolate, and you want to cut the recipe in half, do 4 egg whites, cut the recipe in half, and then we start to build it out like this. And this is even easier. You put one meringue on there, then you take some of the apricot. Now, this is just pureed apricot, dried apricots, then done and pureed to make it really nice and smooth like that. Put that on. Another one of these on top of that. Then we put some of the cream. You don't have to use all of it, but a little of the cream like this. How are we going, Marty, all right?
All right.
Would you like to just squeeze that across there? It might sort of slip a bit. Try and keep it neat and tidy.
Oh, I tell you, he's so dictatorial.
All right? Lovely. How super, stunning.
Go on then.
Lovely. And then another one of those. Now a bit more of the apricot, because I like the apricot phrase. Taste. It comes out more like a dacquoise. But
Lemon sauce would be nice with it, wouldn't it?
I'll tell you what would be, you know, lemon curd.
Yeah.
We could use lemon curd instead. Now you've got a lovely lemon flavour one. Then finally, the top of this. That's what we said, don't worry about it. Finally, the top goes on there. And then we just do that like that. What's the matter, Pete?
Just looking to see Marty's side is so much better than ours.
I know,
It's really
she
showed
did
us
it so
out.
well. And then finally, all you do is just do this with some whipped cream.
Oh, yes. Yes, now that
That evens up the edges.
sins,
Yes, doesn't it?
Yes.
Exactly. So we're only giving the viewers the principle of things that can go wrong, but you can put this back, and it's worth making. Or you could make these into individual little squares if you wanted to, pipe them, and then you've got those to serve.
Not bad, eh?
Makes
Very
it
good.
So the only thing is, of course, had it been me, I'd have centred it, you see, into the plate like that, because that is important.
No,
so
the
we've
only
got
thing is,
two simple things
I just
here.
want
They
to go,
really are.
Yeah, I want to go back on these just very quickly. As we say, is expensive 8 egg whites and all
You
the
can
nuts.
make mayonnaise
but
with
that
the
will,
eggs,
as you can
the
see,
yolks,
easily
isn't
feed 8 to 10 people. Yeah. Half of it will easily feed 6 if you're doing it for a small, you know, a smaller dinner party
So
like
this
you.
is mine.
And
So
if you've
let's
got
go
all
to
that
the dining
stuff,
room.
darling, you've burnt everything and put your fingernails in it, they won't notice when you serve that for dessert.
Because it crunches, you see.
Let's go through anyway.
You go in and
I'll
sit
take
in the
this
middle,
one,
and
okay?
we'll take this.
Alright, comfy. Good, lovely. Let's put this down here. Oh, turn around a bit, please.
Just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. All hung up on the tablecloth.
There we are,
Well,
lovely.
isn't that, it's so nice to have something
Oops.
cooked for you now.
Yes.
I'm used to, I mean, when you cook, I've got to wash my kitchen down. It's all that smoke and stuff, all over your nets and that. Awful.
What do you cook?
Pardon?
What do you cook?
What, anybody? I'm terrible.
I'm so sorry we couldn't make it for dinner when you invited us, but never mind. Perhaps in a few years' time.
Yeah.
I was just going to say one thing I didn't mention to the people
Oh,
at
yes,
home, and
very
also
important.
audience here, and particularly to our guests at home who are watching in. When you make this chocolate one, after you've put it together like that, then you must pop it back in the fridge for about up to 2 hours, so that all that chocolate cream and the cream itself settles and goes nice and firm. Then it's easier to cut. If you served it straight away, it would be too difficult to cut. That's why I'm not going to cut in at the moment.
And
'cause
I'd
it
say
has
it's a
no
serrated knife too.
It's a
Would be
serrated
easier to
knife,
cut
quite
that than or one of those sponge knives.
I just
I made
also,
it even
Marty-
better with a chainsaw, I'll tell you.
Oh, yours or ours?
Mine.
Well, you might win the
Marty,
competition
I was just going to
together.
say one thing. We wanted to have the opportunity, that's why we asked you on, because Marty did a wonderful thing by going to New Zealand several years ago, and she raised a whole heap of money for the New Zealand needy. And so thank you very much for doing that on behalf of all the New Zealanders.
It was my
Yes.
pleasure. You're a delight.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. And we'd like to tell everybody at home what we're drinking, just as suggestions, because people ask, we're having a port with this tonight, which adds to the richness, or if you'd like, as an alternative, we're using here, we're drinking a white burgundy, which is an ideal accompaniment to a dessert, or you could have a sauterne, something slight, just a suggestion.
Anyway, if you pass with a knife, I'll cut Marty
With
a
pleasure.
piece.
Oh, I beg your pardon, of course, it's that way, isn't it?
And a little
And that-
slice.
and your
but anyway,
char.
just before I do cut Marty a piece, may we say once again, thank you
Yes,
very
to
much
you,
for
my
coming
dear.
on the show.
Thank you.
My
To everybody
pleasure.
here,
Thank
thank you
you.
for coming along,
All
and
of our
particularly to
wonderful
our
audience.
people at home who've been watching in. God bless, and we'll
God
see you
bless you all.
soon.
See you
Goodbye.
Hudson and Halls will be back tomorrow at the same time, and their guest will be the comedienne Eve Ferret.